Welcome to Testing the Space, the podcast where you can learn how to make your dreams come true. What is up? What is up? This is episode number 12 of Testing the Space. We have Layer Zeros on our shopping list for today. We're going to talk about some new up-and-coming mint projects that we're looking at, and we're going to hit off some lightning crypto news. So without further ado, this is my man Jake with some news around the blockchain.
Hello, lads and ladies. Thank you for joining me on this rendition of Lightning Crypto News, episode 12. Layer Zeros, we have a lot of different things we're going to talk to you about. Right now, for the news, what I have for you, pretty short excerpt. Crypto has been a little slow, which is weird for the space overall this last week. A little bit of a what I'd call a red week for a lot of things, including stocks, crypto included. Looking a little better at this exact moment in time, close to testing 40, which is a general consensus of what people like to say, flipping from a bear to a bull. I think it's a little bit more than that, but that's what they seem to say. Crypto news: Argentina's largest private banks launches Bitcoin and crypto trading. Algorand becomes the official blockchain partner for the FIFA World Cup in Qatar 2022. Vitalik Buterin, is that how you say his name? Vitalik Buterin says that, and has said before, that the cost of sending Ethereum and swapping tokens needs to be below 5 cents to be truly acceptable in the general public's eye. It's probably going to take a long fucking time, to be honest. DraftKings is partnering with a project called Metabilla_IO, which is an athlete NFT collection website to release MLB NFTs. South Korea finance minister wants to delay Bitcoin and crypto capital gains tax until 2025, so that would be a little bit of a benefit for those that hold crypto in South Korea. Andreessen Horowitz, is that how you say that? Andreessen Horowitz, I believe, yeah. Andreessen Horowitz that's a venture capital company, which is located in the Silicon Valley in California, plans to invest $500 million in Indian startups that are related to crypto. Tesla says, or Twitter says, that we believe in the potential of crypto as both an investment and a liquid alternative to cash. ARK Invest, which is a sustainable energy company that is heavily focused on energy ETFs and so on and so forth, says that the number of digital wallets has surpassed the number of deposit accounts at JP Morgan Chase. Minting the Other Side NFT land sales, which is the land sales for the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs. Mintees had to pay up to 5 Ethereum in gas, which is 3 times the previous all-time high, and because of the slippage that was going on, half of them didn't even get to mint, if not more, those Other Side NFTs, and they just lost like $5,000 a pop, which is fucking crazy. Uzbekistan wants Bitcoin miners to go solar and pay no income tax if they do, which is an incentive to use clean energy for the mining of cryptocurrency. Crypto asset manager Valkyrie launches Avalanche Trust for accredited investors, so they partner with Avalanche, which is cool. Crypto exchanges are looking to cash in on the NFT boom. Almost every single crypto exchange at this point in time either has or will have in the short future here a NFT marketplace. And Gucci or Gyasi experiments with Doge and other cryptocurrencies as alternative payment methods to cash. That is your Lightning Crypto News right here. Like I said, we're talking Layer Zeros and the future of what that looks like on blockchain and multi-chains as a whole, and how Layer Zeros are supposed to help connect blockchains to be more successful. I have Jake coming in here pretty soon, if not right now, as he's staring at his phone. I'm just going to keep talking until he decides to move his ass over here. Looks like he's getting a little closer. We're getting quite intimate at this moment in time. He's sitting on my lap. He's sitting on my lap.
Hello. How are we doing? So we have Layer Zeros. What is a layer zero? Well, it's the underlying blockchain that helps other blockchains communicate with one another. like a bridge in an aspect, how you can move assets from one blockchain to another. These allow other cryptos to talk to each other that are built off of its original blockchain. So the first layer 0 we have is Stargate Finance. This crypto has taken a recent poop when it comes to price action.
Lots of things have taken a poop.
Lots of things have taken a poop. Keep that in mind. But this one was specifically dumped by the Alameda research team, which is owned by Sam Bankman-Fried, which is the owner of Solana. They dumped a lot of their tokens while everything was going down, so it kind of created a cascade of selling. Its price action, though, it hasn't found its footing yet because it's so new. It only came out about 2 months ago. It's worked on by Layer 0 Labs, who are also helping create blockchain communication to subnets at the current moment. They tout on their main website that it's a omni-chain future, which is basically just an outlet for multiple blockchains to talk to one another. Basically, you can transfer native cryptos across any blockchain.
Which is going to be really important for hyper adoption.
Yeah, if you want to see true mass adoption, you need these layer zeros to do well. So betting that they fail is not wise for the ultimate end goal of ultimate end goal of like true mass adoption.
And the total value locked?
The total value locked is about 1.5 billion, 1.477. It dropped down at the highest. It was at 2 billion. They crossed over 2 billion total value locked, but with all this dipping, and then boom, Alameda Research decides to dump. But the total value is still pretty strong. That's a lot to sit. In terms of price to total value locked, it's pretty cheap at the moment.
A lot of things are cheap at the moment, but
a lot.
It's hard to say because obviously below 40, above 40 is kind of the difference between bear and bull right now. It really seems like. So a lot of stuff's cheap. It just depends on what you get into overall. And I've said before, I'll say it again, the next 5 years, if you get into something now, you're probably not going to regret it as long as it's big enough to stick around.
Not financial advice. One of my favorite picks right now is Synapse Bridge. That's one that is a long-term play. All of these, like we had our podcast 10, I believe, was on infrastructure. All of these are also long-term bets that you can make. Because it's not built on narrative, it's built on true utility.
Like utility, yeah.
And those don't get the hype that they deserve.
But they're the ones that are going to stick around.
But they're the ones that last.
So if you don't want a pump and dump or a quick flip, which does have its merit when it comes to working on the blockchain, if you're actually involved in it, but if you're not and you're not confident, it's probably best to go with something that's going to stick around.
Yeah. The Stargate has 7 chains that it's connected to. A lot of the major ones like Ethereum, Matic, Binance, Arbitrum, Phantom, Optimism. So a lot of the ETH, the monolithic layer of Ethereum, and also the scaling solutions for Ethereum. So you get multiple different ETH plays with Stargate. I read the white paper. It's very sophisticated. You can check it out for yourself.
Definitely out of my ballpark.
If you like reading math and white paper, then this
completely out of my ballpark.
This is the white paper for you.
I'm just gonna stare at NFTs instead on Magic Eden.
Speaking of NFTs, which ones are you looking at that you're
well, realistically, I mean, as you know, specifically, I'm working on a couple projects right now, but we just minted SoulSpot, which is good. It went a little awry in terms of what their plan was, but right now the holders are going to be airdropped one-to-one. So what I mean by one-to-one is if you own 1 NFT, you're going to get airdropped 1. If you own 5 NFTs, you're going to get airdropped 5.
I'm still hoping for that Spot Y because there's 2 forms of SoulSpot. The Spot Y is 20%. Those are a lot more rare. And the Spot X is 80%. So if you're looking at like floor price of X and spot Y only has 20%, I feel like you could conclude that like the spot Y should be reasonably valued at like 3 times to 4 times higher than spot X. So if you can get some spot Y or some Y cards, those have a lot less supply, and the what you're able to showcase and the design of them are gonna be that much cooler. So
Soul Spot, in the past I was able to get my whitelist. You got your whitelist like we've talked about before through a little game gab that you got. Mine I had to work for. Regardless, though, I really do believe in it, and if D-Gods owns a large chunk of the supply, having their floor price sitting at $245 as of 8:30 and 5.4, the last time I looked about 15 minutes ago. I mean, you would think that Soul Spot is going to reflect that in some capacity, especially if they hold it, because they are a flat blue chip.
Yeah,
NFT.
and those are convicted holders.
Yeah,
so
like they're not selling shit.
they reopened the mint to dust, and they allowed a lot of the D-Gods holders to get about half of the Soul Spot mint amount. So it's definitely something to keep in mind.
They did have to cut it in half, though.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, but everyone will still own the same amount of the mint. They're just airdropping it. So they did cut it to 2,400, but the people that do own them, excuse me, the people that do own them are getting airdropped as many as they own. So like you own 2, so you're gonna have 4 total. I own 1. You're gonna own, or I'm gonna own 2 total.
What else are you looking at? You mentioned something that you were looking at on the 8th.
Yeah, the 8th. There's one called Soulful.
Soulful?
Yep, Soulful. SOLFUL. It is basically it's going to be a story-based game that also offers a variety of different utilities associated with the NFT. I really, really like the art. I really like the Discord. Check it out for yourself. You can find it on Magic Eat It on one of the top
I might try
listed
to make
ins.
one.
The mint is only 1 soul.
Oh,
But
I
the whitelist might be like, tight knit. We'll have to see. Maybe they'll pull a soul spot and you'll be able to snag one. But I'm definitely gonna snag one if I'm able to. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna snag one, and I'm gonna be happy about it because I really like what they have to offer. The art style reminds me of Ori and the Blind Forest. If you've ever seen Ori and the Blind Forest, it's a very it's kind of like a dungeon crawler with very specific art. It's like 3D art, and it's got a lot of colors, and it's very interactive in the way that the game plays, and to me, like, the art looks like that. So I'm very excited for that. I really like stuff that has nice art. I mean, obviously, I'm a 1-to-1 art buff, so, like...
Who are the 1-to-1 artists that you're looking at?
Right now?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always looking at what Zippy's putting out. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, Zippy Soul. I always watch when he comes out.
Time Pilots.
Yeah, you do, and he's not gonna be doing it right now. Remember, right. You gotta remember he's not gonna be doing it for a little bit because a little bit of inside information. He might be helping us out on a project we're already associated with. So, DWS, shout out there. Maybe more to come on that later, but working on a couple projects for that. Zodiac, I'm specifically working on that too. It's got kind of an anime art style. Fucking artist is pretty wild with that, and he's pretty quick, so that's gonna be cool. Besides that, though, I mean, most of the stuff that I was interested in minting, I've minted in the last, 2 weeks. A lot of the other stuff, some of it looks like it might be interesting, some of it looks like it might have utility, but I'm not as interested in it as I was with the other stuff, so I'm kind of just waiting for Soulful. Soul Spot, I was super fucking hard on about for 3 weeks, so just got over that dopamine drop. So we're gonna kind of chill for a little bit. I minted some Invoker's Elves, thinking it would be an easy flip. Well, that was the day that Solana took a big shit and nobody could do any transactions for 16 hours. So it definitely skewed the mint price a little bit, and the floor price. Right now the floor is sitting at about I think 0.6, and it's being sold for 0.88. So pretty close to the mint price for Invoker's Elves, which was 1. But realistically, until that goes up, I doubt I'm gonna sell my 2. They're kind of just chilling on the marketplace, waiting to be sold. I got a rare one, I got a common one. The common one looks like absolute ball sack, but the rare one's kind of neat. So just hoping that doesn't become a hard loss, and I get a little bit of a flip.
Sometimes you got to take that L.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. It sucks. I took some W's on other stuff.
Minting a project you don't know a ton about. It's kind of like a lottery ticket. You just don't know.
Yeah, you just don't know. Well, they minted out pretty fast at the thing. It's not like they sat there and they minted for like a day. It's like they were gone in like 2 hours. It didn't take that long.
I saw the Frontier was really slow.
Dude, that was bad. Dude, I fucking looked at it.
So many people were hyped about it.
I know. I looked at, well, it was 2 Sol.
Yeah, it's kind of
That's
expensive.
a lot for that. That's a lot for that kind of project. And like I looked at it when I was at 11. I think I came back like 6 hours later and it was at 13 and I was like, holy fuck, this is bad.
Yeah.
So I don't even know. Did they mint out, dude? I'm gonna pull it up. I'm flat out gonna pull it up. We're gonna fucking see if they minted out. And I highly doubt that they did. We're gonna type in Frontier. Dude, are they even on here?
It's probably it's probably on the launch pad yet.
Dude, it is. It's still on the launch pad, dude. It's only at 74%.
741 left to be minted, but there's still 2 days. It'll sell out, but
dude, it's too.
They reduced their supply to 1,000. I see too.
What was it before?
It was higher. It was like 2,000.
That's really bad. This is not good. People that are, I mean, maybe the convicted ones might be like, yeah, this shit's gonna be good, but like, that shit hurts. I was also looking at Heaven Land Loyalty. Really fucking high mint price though, 2.5 Sol. It's already at 42% and it started today though. There's breeding. It looks like it's a virtual reality platform and you can improve and monetize your assets. I don't know. It seemed interesting to me. I looked at it a little bit. I joined their Discord, but obviously, if you don't kind of figure out how to get a whitelist, it's pretty tough to do it. Right now, it'd be pretty easy to mint, be straight up because it's at 42% and it's at the public sale, but it's also 2.5 Sol. So
yeah, it's
kind of a high mint.
Gonna have to have long-term hold unless you. I mean,
yeah, you gotta have conviction for that. That's a lot of Sol. But moving on from
Stargate to Polkadot / Kusama,
which is my favorite layer 0.
The reason I say Kusama is because they work together with their interchain stuff. Polkadot launched in May, and they do a proof of authority, which you have to just basically agree in their consensus model before you can validate. They rolled out parachains not too long ago. Basically, a parachain is just a chain that's built off of Dot and Kusama. The first slot, they do an auction style to see who gets it. The first group that got it was Akala / Moonbeam. I believe they're the same project. It sold their auction for 68.3 million Dot. All of the parachains are secured by Polkadot. So like as multiple chains join, it creates like an aggregated effect where the security enhances because there's more validators that run. The first validator was launched in 2020 with Polkadot, but since then they've added a bunch more. So they're building. I mean, it takes a lot of time for these, but Polkadot's adding a lot more chains in the future, and I'm really interested to see who wins the next auction. I don't know when it is, but I'm curious who's going to be the next blockchain to go on Polkadot's interchain parachain.
I like Dot.
Dot is good. It's one of the like original, along with Atom.
At the price point it is now, looking at CoinMarketCap and going to Dot, if my fingers can move fast enough, which generally I have pretty fast phalanges. I mean, $16.31. This shit just spiked too. Look at that. It was at what, 15? Went up a whole dollar. And going down, I mean, before the big dip that just happened, the kind of mini bear market that we generally see at this moment in time, past couple months, it was sitting at around $18 to $21. So realistically, it only dropped $5 and held, and then now it's already going back up. So like, what, you lose a very small percentage, like 7-8% off of a quote unquote like mini bear market, and then you just bounce right back. That's pretty good in terms of crypto. Like, you're not really losing out on any value.
I feel like that's one of those ones like Atom that's gonna stay around for a long time. It's just gonna add multiple chains and only grow over time.
And Atom, I mean, they're sitting at $20.
Did really well today. It went up 12% today.
Yeah, I was sitting at $18 before that, went up 12%. Not financial advice for any of this, but I mean, I was for Atom and you were for Atom when it was $40. So
Yeah.
it's half that price, and like anything like those cryptos that have that type of utility right now, if you do the research and you actually look at what they're able to provide in terms of what they can do for the holders. I mean, even Atom as a whole, you can stake it on Kepler Wallet. We've talked about that in the past for what is it, like 8%, 7%? I mean, buy Atom at $20 pop right now, and fucking 2 months it could be back at $40. You have no idea.
Yeah, just forget it.
Yeah, just forget about it. I mean, I did. Mine's sitting on Osmo.
Do you want to talk about Polkadot's energy?
Yeah, sure.
You love energy efficiency.
Yeah, I do love energy efficiency.
You're a big proponent of energy efficiency.
Yeah.
I know you talked about Algorand. They're big into greens.
Yeah, they're big into greens.
What's Polkadot doing?
Well, Polkadot, from what you generously wrote here, says that specifically it uses less than 7 U.S. households worth of energy consumption per year, which is a very low number when you consider that Ethereum uses 8 in like every single time they mint an NFT.
Yeah.
Like, just think about that for a second.
Fuck the environment, mint
everything on ETH.
NFTs.
Yeah, so again, I'll say that one more time so you don't have to rewind. Polkadot in a year uses the same amount of energy that 7 US households do, versus Ethereum, which uses 8 for one NFT mint. That's fucking crazy. That's a lot of energy.
So if you're looking at green plays, if you care at all about blockchain and green energy, Polkadot is doing a very good job at reducing their energy, increasing their energy efficiency.
And improving on their carbon footprint.
Yeah.
That's the word that you were looking for.
So longevity,
Yep.
energy efficiency.
Longevity, energy efficiency. Another two that I love, I mean, I'll always tell you that I love Solana because their transactions are less than 2 Google searches for like a mint, which is a lot less in terms of Ethereum as well. And then obviously Near is like carbon negative or carbon neutral. So it's pretty, you know, there's a lot of blockchains out there, and even Algorand, I believe, is carbon negative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of options out there for different blockchains when it comes to like energy efficiency, because Ethereum is definitely not that. That is my biggest turnoff from ETH. I've literally never even owned. Okay, I do own a little bit of ETH. I lied. I'm staking it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I own like $250 worth of ETH because right when I got into it, I bought some and I staked it for ETH 2.0. So it's just locked. I can't even fucking touch it. I probably would have sold it for Solana a long time ago, to be
Locked
completely
on
honest
the
with you.
Beacon chain?
Yeah, it's actually just fucking locked on my Coinbase exchange.
Well, the 2.0 staking won't unveil until the Beacon chain opens up.
Yeah. So I can't unlock it until that's up.
There's like billions and billions of dollars on Beacon chain stake just waiting for that merge.
Yeah.
So I own some Matic because I think the merger will boost up those layer 2s.
I agree. And layer 2s are really important when it comes to making sure that your transaction volume isn't so fucked up that people can't actually use your blockchain. I mentioned it earlier, but just think about Solana on, you know, with minting NFTs on Magic Eden. Magic Eden, 95% of the volume for the NFT space as a whole, pretty much. You know, here and there, upping or, you know, lowering that percentage, but 95% Magic Eden. You look at it and say, well, if we can't fucking mint any NFTs on Magic Eden, like, I mean, Solana at this point even needs almost like a layer 2, and I don't even think that's a thing yet.
No, I don't think Solana has a layer 2 yet.
No, and just think about that. Like, that's a whole different avenue that people haven't even explored, is the fact that, like, Solana's getting so big now, especially with NFTs. Like, it might not be on par with, like, the utility and so on and so forth that Ethereum is, but in terms of NFTs, it's completely blowing Ethereum out of the water right now. And the transaction volume because of that has come to the point and come to a head where, like, the Solana network literally can't fucking handle it, and we're not even at hyper adoption yet for that kind of stuff. So they're gonna need something.
The transactions per second today were really high, though.
Yeah, I know, but like
it's 3,000.
It's super weird though, because it'll go to like 3,000. But when you look at it,
the candy machine restart.
yeah, the candy machine. But when you look at it, like, the NFTs, the ones that are minting right now on Magic Eden, are they even that appealing? No, they aren't. That's why the transaction volume is 3,000, because there's nothing there.
Something now that I think about is, like, a lot of the blue chips will stay, but how are the kind of how you have like these layer 2 scaling solutions? How are like future NFTs going to compete with or how are the new NFTs going to compete with future NFTs? Because they're going to have that much more built into it because they won't have to like rewrite the wheel.
You want my honest opinion? It's going to be very difficult, and what's probably going to happen is that the staple or blue chip NFTs that are like top of the water, 10%, are going to open their own marketplaces to mint NFTs on.
Because if you think about NFTs, like the overall crypto space, a lot of the main ones stayed, but a lot of the old cryptos just evaporated.
Well, yeah.
And you can look at it like the same way.
It's just, yeah, you're probably, like, I think about it like if you've ever looked at psychology and you look at like the tip of the iceberg type of what the fuck, image?
Analogy?
Yeah, analogy. And, you know, everything under that tip of the iceberg right now could very well just be fucking blown out of the water like that. Like, it just, bam, just gone. Like, you have no idea. But, like, those blue chips are going to stick around. And if Magic Eden gets to the point where it's, like, everybody's minting something, like, and it's just fucking completely amassed with, like, an excessive amount of NFTs, you're going to look then towards those blue chip, like D-Gods or Soul Gods or Blockworks or Blocksmiths or Blockworks Labs. Okay Bears. You're going to look at those, Cyber Samurai. I mean, those ones that are, like, really established and, like, sets on Krek. I mean, you could look at all of those and be like, well, what can you do? And one of the solutions is they could open up their own marketplace because they already have their own tokens. So, like, they could offer what they vet, and actually Soul Gods actually does this already. They have one planned for the end of the year, and I believe it's December, where they're minting part of the Fracture, which is their DAO for holders. They're minting on their own, like, platform. And Sets on Krek, like, has a way to do this too with their black market, where they sell specific things only to Sets on Krek holders. So, like, there's already stuff out there for that. And I think if Magic Eden gets fucking swarmed with, like, hyper adoption and, like, just disgusting NFTs that don't mean shit, then that's what's gonna happen. Like, those blue chips are gonna basically be like, well, we're gonna vet it ourselves, because actually Magic Eden has their own vetting service. Like, you have to apply in order to actually mint. But, like, shit still goes down. Like, there's still rugs. There's still, like, shit that isn't good.
Yeah. We're seeing more, though, NFTs that incorporate decentralized finance. Like, staking, obviously, is a play from DeFi. There's going to be more, like, borrowing and lending, where you can, like, lend your NFTs for other collateral. But, I mean, like, the only problem I worry with staking with, like, smaller projects is that you need liquidity and you need constant volume in order to hold those APRs before they get diluted down.
Which is tough, because NFTs are a little different. Like, you want to have holders, but you also want people to be trading them for the volume. So it's kind of like a weird balance, and that balance probably isn't exactly easy to make work.
So I'm curious if there's, like, a DeFi utility that would be able to have, like, implementation without having necessarily, like, tons of liquidity. It almost need to be like a new form of DeFi that's, like, only native to NFTs. And I don't know what that is yet.
All right, I guess we're gonna make it.
There's gonna be something, though.
Yeah, we're gonna make it.
We just haven't seen it yet. Like, the utility for NFTs with DeFi
just
can go a long way.
Just like layer 2s for other L1s.
Yeah, it's just gonna take time because they have to be exclusive to NFTs. You can't just do, like, DeFi.
Start using your big brain.
I've been thinking of what it could be. I mean, like, it could go into a lot of arrays of, like, maybe merchandising, like DeFi for just other assets that you see, but I don't know how that can relate to, more like real estate and
I mean, I could see it being a thing. Goldman Sachs is exploring the option to provide like digital utility and like digital asset value to real world assets. Like, they're looking to make it so you can fucking mint an NFT, basically mint an NFT of, like, a real world place and, like, own it. To make it easier to kind of explore different ways to, like, hold capital in the real world.
Yeah, so that's what is just like if an NFT collection comes out that has all that because it's new and that comes out and like let's just say if people are like, why would I want something else when I can buy the fucking whole works with one collection?
Yeah.
I don't know, that's just me spitballing, talking. I don't know.
That's what this is for, right?
The next layer 0
Yeah, we're kind of jumping around here. I hope
have
that's okay.
is Atom. It's one of my favorite plays. And I got a little fucking prediction for you, alright? 100 billion market cap. It's at 5.14. Save this, bookmark it, motherfucker. It's going at some point. I don't care how long it takes.
5422.
5422. Some point, 100 billion. That is a modest 50x from current evaluation. Why do I think that? Well, one of the main reasons is the IBCs that they have, which is inter-blockchain communication. They're working a lot with UST and Terra, where you will, I think, at some point be able to swap Terra across multiple different blockchains. And if you're like using them, if you're going to, and you have UST and it's collateralized by Bitcoin, and you want to go spend something like you want to go to McDonald's. Nobody wants to spend their Bitcoin in McDonald's, so you use UST, which is backed by Bitcoin. And if you have, they don't need to work with multiple different blockchains. If they just have an Atom swap, you don't have to convert. It gives you right the exchange, cross-chain, everything. Boom, done. Put your little QR code, and if Atom working in the background, you don't even see it. But
Done
your
deal.
UST has been swapped from one wallet that you might have UST on Atom to, say, like from Anchor Protocol where you have your treasury.
Fucking walk right up to your McDonald's kiosk, show them your forehead, have them scan your microchip, and it'll take Atom right out of your wallet.
They use three mechanisms, they have three main mechanisms of Atom. One of them is Tendermint, where it works with Byzantine fault tolerance, which basically is like how developers reach a consensus on how to code things. So Tendermint allows developers to have like the set of rules in order that they need to follow in order to like build a blockchain off of Atom. So like they follow that Byzantine fault tolerance engine, which is like which sounds pretty advanced.
Sounds very medieval.
Basically it's a set of rules. Tendermint is that they don't have to, it takes away the overhead of like what the cans and can't do of building a blockchain on it. The next one is the SDK, which is they give you, like, if you're a blockchain developer and you want to build on Atom, the SDK is a toolkit that basically allows you to build out your blockchain from scratch without having to like strictly do everything manual, have all your own tools. So kind of what subnets are doing, and how like eventually in the future with like SDKs and subnets, a pleb like me and you, if we wanted to build a blockchain or like build an app on the blockchain, all you have to do is click a button and it'll load the code in there for you.
We're making blockchain Tinder first.
Blockchain Tinder?
Yeah, blockchain Tinder first. So then you can never delete a swipe, no matter what direction you go.
It's all saved. Oh, I saw you swipe right on that.
Never can get away from it, no matter what you swiped.
Yeah, so they're providing the future. They're going to have all these tools all laid out for you, so it'll be like super easy to fucking make a blockchain. But with that, it'll be harder to identify good protocols, because if a lot of blockchains are flooded to mass market, there'll be a lot of services that people can use with crypto finally, because people are like, there's not as many products, but there will be. I mean, there'll be more products than probably people at some point.
Probably. I mean, there's been some numbers thrown out there, like how many people are going to be using blockchain on the regular in the next 5 to 10 years, and there's shit out there that says 1 billion. which is, I mean, a lot. But,
Yeah.
I mean, there's over 7 billion people, and there's shit that says, like, over half the population of the world. So it's hard to kind of gauge.
As all these toolkits get built out, like, you'll probably be using apps in the future that you don't even know is built off blockchain. But it's all, like...
It's just all connected.
Yeah, it's all connected. The, Adam had to upgrade the Gaia 7.0.
Gaia?
Gaia.
Gaia?
Gaia.
Gala Games?
It enables more interchain accounts. So Adam's only building more blockchains that are built off IBCs, and like Dot, as more get built off of it, it grows the network and grows the security. So that upgrade happened on April 12th, and I'm just excited for more people to build with Adam. Zaki Mannion developed the Tendermint, and he's one of the veteran developers in the space. So if there's anybody who I have my trust in, it's that dude. So this is one of my favorite plays for all those reasons as mentioned. It's cheap right now if you're looking at a long-term play. Some other ecosystem coins that not just layer zeros if you are interested in Atom. Some that I own, so none of this, I mean, I'm not telling you to buy them. This is just some shit that I own and I think is interesting. Juno is the layer 1. They do a lot of governance, and it has the smart contracts, so like you could buy NFTs on Atom with Juno. So it's their layer 1. Osmo is Atom's native IBC DEX. They have superfluid staking pools with UST.
And I own that and stake UST
I have
and
a
Osmo.
lot of Osmo. The superfluid staking just makes it easier for validators to see malicious blocks, and it takes away time from them to verify those. So just adds ease of access to validators for reaching an agreement. They do have the UST pools on Osmo, so you can check those out. Secret Network, which is customizable security for users. So if you're into privacy and think that's important for the blockchain, which it is, Secret Network is a good one to check out. You can become a secret agent and kind of like work with privacy in crypto with Secret Network.
And I think that's a good play because overall adoption is going to be two things. We talked about both of them in this podcast. Vitalik said that it has to be, in terms of transaction volume, less than 5 cents in order to be generally usable by the overall public. And on top of that, it has to be secure. Both of those things are pretty much going to be possible. It has to be a
privacy is essential with crypto, and Secret Network is leading the way for Atom with that. The last thing I have for you is Akash. They are a cloud storage platform for Atom, and they help with AI and machine learning. So we haven't talked much on this podcast about AIs with crypto, but I'm not sure how that can...
I mean, we did. Yeah, we did. We talked about Cortana Bot.
Yeah, Cortana Bot.
Yeah, from Halo, and we talked about... I mean, it's on ETH. They don't have one of those on any other blockchain that I've seen yet. But you can build your own customizable digital assistant and AI. You can look back at one of our episodes. Fuck, man, I think it was episode 10. We did that when we did porn, right?
Yeah, porn cryptos and stuff. I think that was 9.
Yeah, real estate, 9. Yeah, I think it was 9. 9 or 10.
So Akash with AI and cloud storage.
Yeah, and cloud storage is going to be extremely important. So
episode 10 was infra. That was some good.
Oh yeah, that was infra. Yeah, you're right.
If you're looking for not fucking narrative shit people aren't talking about,
dude, Chainlink right now is $10.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Some of the shit that's literally the glue for blockchain doesn't get the price action, but it has the most utility. You draw the connection there. And
it's just gonna take 5-10 years.
Yeah, which everybody wants to see fucking wins. Like, especially like with all this.
There might never be another Bitcoin, but there could be somebody that follows in its footsteps.
Yeah,
you never know.
All of this is Well, thank you for listening to episode number 12 of Testing the Space. I'm Jake.
And I'm Jake.
And make your everlasting dreams come true.
You're such a nerd. Good night, ladies and gents.